How you doing, lads? This is me, Waddles, and we've done it again. Another week, another snapshot. In this week's round of updates, we got brand new music, we got a Sculk change, we got a Sniffer stuff, and oh boy, we got even more. We start by looking forward today. It definitely looks like we're getting near the end of the Trails and Tales snapshot cycle. Across the many snapshots that have built up the 1.20 update, we've seen some pretty sweet things, like the camel, like the beautiful cherry grove. I think it was about a week ago, in this video right here, we talked all about potential big things left for Minecraft 1.20. Now look, I am no developer, we cannot say for certain that nothing big is left in 1.20. But with the addition of music in this week's snapshot, it looks like we're at the end. With those being seemingly so close to completion with this update, it's your turn. Call the release date of Minecraft 1.20 down in the comments below. Sculk sensors. Oh sweet, beautiful Sculk sensors. We begin here today because we have a couple changes to this stuff. The first thing I'd like to talk about here is brand new block states. So check out these sensors right here as I walk around here and as they listen to my beautiful voice. Basically what's going on here is we've got 3 official block states for these strange alien monster things. Block state number 1 for both versions of the Sculk sensor is going to be the resting state. So this sensor right here is not sensing anything, so it's resting. Then when I move around, it's going to be active. Then after that, it's going to go to cooldown when it can't sense anything. So resting, active, and then moving around, it can't sense anything, cooldown. And then boom, the cycle begins again. Oh, excuse me. This is very off topic, but that's a beautiful spotter. When it comes to our Sculk sensor phases, the first phase, inactive, is indefinite. It will stay inactive until it has something to activate the sensor. Once our normal Sculk sensor friend has reached the active stage, it will stay active for 30 in-game ticks. The calibrated Sculk sensor will stay active for 10 in-game ticks. Remember, this thing is like twice as good. And finally, for both of our friends, we've got that cooldown stage. Cooldown will last for 10 ticks for both of them. It's exactly the same. Hey Waddle, what's the big difference here? Well, you see, my friend, obviously, and I knew this off the top of my head, but previously, some of these phases had different timing values. 40 ticks for sensors, blah, 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 the old numbers. We don't need to confuse ourselves. Long story short here, all of these new Sculk changes should basically make the sensors a little bit more consistent. More consistent sensors, it means a little bit more useful sensors and big redstone contraptions, or who knows, maybe even Sculk sensor relay machines like this beautiful thing that I built right here. When it comes to being useful in redstone and machines, consistency is key, baby. Oh, and a Sculk sensor change that I almost forgot is this one right here. Look at this thing. When it's lit up and activated, this thing, it actually is like, like lit up and activated. Look at the light flashing. It's pretty cool. Another cool thing with this calibrated Sculk sensor is the fact that it could definitely be calibrated through a block. Meaning you put like a lectern over here, put a book in it, calibrate it and everything. And yeah, it'll stay calibrated. Then you have that output signal come out of this thing and it's all silent, baby. Beautiful. It's kind of become a new habit of mine with the 1.20 update cycle that before a snapshot drops on Wednesday, I check out the bug tracker and basically see what has been fixed most recently. Look at this stuff right here. These are the bug fixes in this update. There's about 25 or so. Inside of this update, we have so many font fixes, which I thought was really, really weird. In one of the oldest bug fixes that we've seen in a long time, we have a bug fix in this snapshot that was originally reported in 2016 when I was literally 12 years old. This thing is insane. Now, really, I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it's maybe not that exciting. It's just like font fixes and upgrades and changes in the snapshot, but yeah, I guess those are pretty big components of the snapshot. Enough to upgrade the datapack version again. Also, excitingly, inside of this week's snapshot, we have updates to the credits. That's right, the applause. Oh, you're too nice. Yes, that's right. Credits have been updated. There were devs missing, there was stuff all over the place going wrong, and inside of the credits, you want to scroll backwards, the up arrow key now works. You can scroll them like backwards, dramatically, slowly, and read them character by character here. This is definitely one of the changes of all time. Next up, way more excitingly, the Sniffer. The sweet, sweet Sniffer. Minecraft's best dinosaur friend has been polished even more inside of this snapshot. It seems like there are so many bugs with this thing. One of the big things that have been changed in this snapshot is where the Sniffer will stop while you're holding torchflower seeds. So if you can remember, tempting the Sniffer is now possible as of the last one. And yeah, basically when you tempt a mob, it'll follow you, but then eventually stop when it gets like too close to you. Hey, it's a little too close. Another cool sniffer functionality involving the torchflower seeds is when you breed two sniffers. We'll go ahead and let them look at each other. They're going to walk up. They're going to breed. When the sniffers breed, an egg is dropped on the ground. But first up, real quick, oh my gosh, this beautiful animation is so beautiful. Animations have been polished a little bit more with the sniffer in the snapshot and the pathfinding. It had trouble pathfinding before. Oh, this poor thing. Alright, but anyways, check this out. I pick up the sniffer egg and, oh, what is that? Oh, what is that? It's a brand new advancement. Advancements are here for Minecraft 1.20. That's a big sign of this update being almost done. So advancement number 1 of the day today, out of like 7 or 8, is called Smells Interesting. You gotta pick up a sniffer egg to get this one. After you get the Smells Interesting advancement, plant that sniffer egg down and let it grow up a little bit. The next advancement is for feeding a snifflet. So, poor sweet snifflet, here you go. Little sniffs, I love it. I feel like that should be capitalized, though. Hey, not to be that guy or anything. Our next advancement is, wait for it. That's still related to the sniffer. I guess I got a lot of sniffer advancements here. Oh, George Farmington, I haven't seen you in about a week. How you doing? And to get our next advancement, we need to farm them ourselves, though. By planting any of the sniffer plants, you get planting the paths, which is really cool. Now, not to be a vibe kill or anything like that, I thought about the sniffer plants a little bit more since the last snapshot video, and it's great. You can plant them and everything. If you harvest it early, you get the seed back. That's wonderful. However, if I harvest a fully grown one, I just get the flowers, so they're not really, like, easily renewable. Don't you think that maybe there should be a way to get, like, seeds once we plant one of these things, or no? Tragically, another change that is still not here is bone meal functionality with the too tall pitcher pod plant. You can't do it. At the time of recording this video, there still has not been a beta dropped for this week on Bedrock, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if that functionality is meant to be or not. And when it comes to sniffer advancements, check, we're done. That's just about it. Our next set of advancements has to do with Archaeology system. The first advancement happens when you actually begin archaeologying or sharding. You're gonna have to brush a block away and then specifically get one of these shards to get this one, respecting the remnants. With that advancement out of the way, go ahead and do that 4 more times at least. Get yourself 4 shards, put them inside of a crafting table just like that, and then boom, you get another advancement. Careful restoration for creating one of these pots here. Now, speaking of these pots, check this out. This is new. When you create a pot, it's going to have a tooltip right there showing you what shards were used when creating it. It's a small thing, but I think it's a nice way to keep track of what the actual names of these designs are. Some of them aren't so straightforward. Now, kind of interestingly here, you would think that there might be an advancement for actually finding an armor trim, a smithing template in the world, but no advancement for that. To get any smithing trim related advancement, you're going to have to actually, use the thing. You'll get crafting a new look when you craft a new look. And then finally, our final advancement of the day is going to be by far the hardest 1.21 to get. You're going to have to first find 8 different specific trims. The trims you're looking for in no order are going to be Tide, Spire, Snout, Rib, Ward, Silence, Vex, and Wayfinder. So getting your hands on all those trims, you are quite literally going to go everywhere in your world. After you found them all, though, go ahead and start using them up. Another type of armor that you put them on, it does not matter at all. So long as you use all of them, you get the advancement, Smithing with Style. And surprisingly, at least for now, that's it. No advancement involving the camel, no advancement involving the bookshelf, no advancement even involving crafting bamboo wood, different wood type. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You would think 1.20 would have more advancements. I hope they add more. Nowadays, every single Minecraft update is polished off with a set of brand new songs. Brand new songs, we've got them. And this update's new soundtrack that has a fire album cover, if I say so myself, we got 5 brand new songs. All of them by Aaron Sherrill. Now, in today's video, we're not going to sit here and listen through all the ambient tracks, but the ambient ones that'll play around your world are A Familiar Room, Bromeliad, Crescent Dunes, and Echo in the Wind. But what about Relic? Well, my friends, get your finest speakers out, sit back and relax, because oh my gosh, it's time for a brand new music disc. First off, the aesthetics of this thing. Ooh, it looks good. I like it. And actually, interestingly, there's a hint coming from this music disc. Where in the world could you find this disc, and why does it also kind of match the aesthetic of that trim? Oh yes, that's right, because you find it inside of the Trail Ruins. Now, with the help of this handy little command right here, we run it a bunch of times. Eventually, we will notice that we're getting music discs. Unsurprisingly, this new music disc is included in the rare loot table inside of the Trail Ruins. Alright, that's enough talky. Let's go ahead and sit down, zoom that camera in, and vibe out. Let's listen to a little bit of this disc. I haven't heard it yet. Why does it remind me of RuneScape? Alright, so look, obviously that's not all of the music disc. I don't want to bore you with the music disc today. Maybe I'll throw it on, like, I don't know, a second channel or something like that. But brand new music disc, ooh, it's beautiful. That sounds so good. I love it. That, like, pixel vibe that was going on there. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Aaron, nicely done. However, the first thing that came to mind for me when I thought of this disc is a small problem. As you can see here, we now have over 15 music discs in the game. Every single music disc gives off a different redstone signal when hooked up to a jukebox comparator system. What do we get? It looks like we get a signal strength of 14. So we're just gonna start copying signals now, eh? Alright, fair enough. Now, speaking of Trail Ruin structure, you might remember in last week's snapshot there were some big upgrades to the Trail Ruins. The thing was completely redone. Pretty amazing. I've been working on studying these new Trail Ruins, and at this point it looks like they won't change, so I might make some guide videos soon. But some interesting structures that I found inside of the Trail Ruins. Let's talk about it. A very interesting piece of the Trail Ruins that you can find generating in this thing is called the Decor 7. Decor P7, as you might remember from one of my shorts this week. Oh, it's nostalgic. It's got that old Archaeology vibe, yeah. Another interesting thing that I've been noticing from digging through a lot of these structures has to do with what is inside of these structures. Inside of the OG version of the Trail Ruin structure, there was one building with a workstation inside of it. Inside of this version of the Trail Ruin structure, there are so many buildings with different villager workstations inside of it. I've seen cauldrons in some of these structures, I've seen blast furnaces, and I've even seen cartography tables as well. The lore that is being told inside of these structures, that's a fascinating one. Finally today, last and definitely not least, so speaking of fascinating, there's a brand new light engine in Minecraft in this snapshot. Light. It's one of the biggest things in Minecraft. I mean, stuff's important. You use light to light things up. When I heard about this new light engine and how theoretically it should make things smoother and better, my first thought was to go down into the depths and place light down. And look, I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but that feels different. Like it feels smoother or more instantaneous or something. When I'm placing light down, I don't know, I might be completely wrong with this, I might be crazy. But like the light seems to load in a whole lot quicker now, right? Maybe? One of the most infamous glitches of all time in Minecraft has to do with lighting and chunks. You place the light down, you unload a chunk, you load it back in, lighting error. In other words, if I had glowstone right here, maybe this chunk would be like dark for some reason. I'm assuming, based off of some bug fixes, this new lighting engine should help stop that from happening. Alongside this new lighting engine, we have a beautiful build on the changelog of this week's snapshot. It makes me want to build trains or something. I mean, I've been playing through Red Dead Redemption, so I've been like robbing trains and everything, and man, it's just a vibe. Trains are so cool. I don't know. Anyways, if you understand this lighting engine stuff a little bit more, please enlighten me. No pun intended. This is all we got on it in the changelog right here. Again, aside from some bug fixes. Minecraft Snapshot 23w17a. Possibly one of the final snapshots for 1.20. What do you think? You let me know down below. It's looking like a Minecraft guide type of year, right? Wait, what? Anyways, like, subscribe for more, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.